You can work 60 hours a week and still lose money. Not because you're lazy, because most of what you're actually doing doesn't even matter. Alex Hormozi has said some version of this in almost everything he's ever thought. Not as a slogan, but as the actual mechanism. Here, ladies and gentlemen, are the 10 ideas underneath his whole way of thinking. The ones that explain everything else he says. Idea 1: the few things. Alex has said it directly. Most things don't matter. A few things, they matter a lot. Let's say someone has 100 tasks to complete today. Maybe 10 of them are the reason the business actually grows. The other 90, they are just motion, writing emails, attending meetings, tweaks absolutely nobody will ever go on to notice. Do all 90 perfectly and the result still doesn't move because none of them were ever connected to the outcome itself. The fix here, ladies and gentlemen, isn't a better to do list, it's actually finding which 10 things are load bearing and treating the rest as optional. That's the first move in how Alex looks at problem. Find the few things and ignore the noise. Idea 2: starving crowd. Before Alex talks about your product, he wants to know who you're actually selling it to. His order of importance is that the market beats the offer and the offer beats your ability to sell. Let's take his own example. A hot dog stand outside a packed stadium will outsell a great restaurant in a quiet part of a town. It's not about the hot dogs, it's about the crowd because most people spend all their energy perfecting what they're selling. Alex's point is blunter. If nobody is hungry, it doesn't matter how good the food actually is. Idea 3: the value equation. Alex has a formula for why people buy. Value equals how badly someone wants the outcome times how likely they think they'll get it divided by how long it takes and how much efforts it's actually costing them. He's described it like offering someone the keys to a Ferrari worth about $600,000 for $50,000. People find the 50,000 fast once they believe the gap is real. The price here didn't move, the perceived value did. Most businesses try to win by cutting the price. Alex's move is the opposite. Raise what people believe they're getting, shrink the time and effort to get it, and the price automatically stops being the objection. Idea 4: the core 4. Once the offer is right, Alex says there are only 4 ways anyone has ever gotten leads. 1. Reach out to people who know you. 2. Reach out to strangers. 3. Post content or pay for the ads. His advice isn't a fifth channel, it's his rule of 100. 100 outreach messages, 100 minutes of content, or $100 in ads every single day on one channel before you actually go ahead and touch a second channel. Most people quit a channel after a week because it feels slow and stay a beginner at all 4 forever. Idea 5: volume neglects luck. And it's the one people quote the most. Volume neglects luck. Alex tells the story of studying for a graduate school entrance exam. His first practice score wasn't great. He wasn't naturally gifted at math. So instead of studying smarter, he bought a sack of test prep books and worked through thousands of practice problems for months. He scored in the top percentile. Not a trick, but at volume, nearly every question type had already shown up once while he was actually attempting the practice papers. Most people, ladies and gentlemen, try something once and decide it doesn't work out and then step back. Alex's bet is that most bad luck is really just a small sample size. Idea 6: find the constraint. Alex has said it plainly. Businesses grow to their constraint and no further. Every business has exactly one thing capping it right now, and it's usually not what the owner is working on. He's told the story of a company trying to hire 6 salespeople a quarter. They hit their hiring number every time and still ended each quarter with the same headcount. Everyone assumed recruiting was broken. It wasn't. They were losing reps just as fast as they hired them. The real constraint was retention and not actually sales. Alex's instinct isn't what can I improve, it's what's the one thing that is actually capping this, and then everything goes there. Not the 10 things that actually feel productive on paper. Idea 7, the money model. Alex's newest big idea. It's not how much a customer eventually spends, it's the order you get paid in. Get cash fast with a cheap first offer. Get more cash with upgrades and add ons right after. Get the most cash over time through something recurring. Picture a coffee shop selling a $2 sample, then a full order with add ons, then a monthly subscription. Same customer, same total value, but sequenced so the business gets paid before it has to spend more to grow. Most businesses wait months to get paid back. Alex designs the order so they don't actually have to do so. Idea 8, effort has a ceiling. Alex draws a hard line between effort and leverage. Effort has a ceiling. There are only so many hours in a day. Leverage doesn't. He points to skills that scale without taking up most of your time, multiplying money, multiplying attention, and his favorite, building something that hands people back their time at no extra cost to you. Software is the clean use case. Build it once and it keeps saving people time, whether Alex is working that day or not. Most people try to get further by working more hours. Alex builds something that works when he isn't. Idea 9, what you don't do. Excuse me. Productivity comes from all the things you choose not to do. Alex applies this to marketing almost stubbornly. Do more of what's already working, make it better, and only then reluctantly add something new. Most businesses actually go on to do the opposite. One channel slows down slightly, so they panic and launch three more, and now nothing gets enough attention to actually work. Alex's rule is this: exhaust one thing completely before you're allowed to start another. Same idea as idea 1, right? Which is aimed at your attention this time. Protecting the few things that work from every new shiny thing that eventually doesn't go on to work. And finally, idea 10, I cannot lose if I do not quit. And it's the one that makes the other 9 absolutely possible. Christmas Eve 2016, Alex is sitting in a movie theater with $1,036 to his name. A former partner had taken almost $46,000 from him. A payment processor was holding another $120,000 he couldn't touch. 2 days later, on a credit card with a $100,000 limit, he launched 6 gyms at once, going further into debt every day to keep moving. Within a year, that decision was making $1.5 million every single month. He said the line he repeated to himself through stretches like that, which is, I can't lose if I do not quit. Every idea before this one, the focus, the offer, the volume, the constraint, only compounds if someone's still standing at the point where none of it is still working yet. Now, none of these really, like all these 10 ideas, are in separate ideas. They're just one move. Apply 10 times. Find out what's actually driving the result. Cut what isn't and do the boring version of that one thing for far more than feeling actually resonates with you. Not for more hours, not more hacks, the same fewer moves at a volume most people quit before actually reaching. That's the whole system. Not intelligence, not luck, just a short list of things that matter done for longer than everyone else was willing to do them. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you don't need more luck on your side. What you need is reps and reps at the right thing, and that is what fundamentally matters.